So I'll be trying to share it with you people. So as and when I'll get the time, I will be uploading this particular class in the YouTube. And let's see. Now we will. I'll just share some of the screen. So please check the screen. If it is shared, Vidisha, Sucheta, please let me know that my screen is shared or not. Okay. Can you see my screen? Please unmute yourself and tell me.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Yes.
okay, very good, very good. Okay, now I'll just get into the sharing of my screens properly. So there will be another time I will ask you sometime when I will be executing the programs and all that time I'll be asking you. So today our main objective is a function. So I'll just get into the function first. Can you see my what screen you can see on the screen? Is it Microsoft
It's a
Word?
PowerPoint.
No,
It's
it's
a
PowerPoint.
it's not
It's a Microsoft Word, sir.
it's a Microsoft Word. So what is method? The answer is written what is method. So a method is a named piece of code within a program and execute when it is called from another section of the code. So mainly what happens, like we write a program and that program, in the program we write a part program. Means part program is a specific task we do in a specific scope, and that particular scope we give a name, and that name is known as the function name. So here we can see that I have mentioned over here that a specific part is called the method. Now next, what is the use of this method? So we are going to talk about the use of these methods, utility of the methods, the benefit of the methods, why we do the methods. Now, when we do everything together, it becomes a complex situation where we cannot identify a specific part of the code is or specific task. Now, in that case, what will happen? We will be in a complex situation to find out the specific task. Suppose I want to do a square root, or I want to do a specific kind of maybe power or anything. Now, if I have to do that particular work, I have to know the program. If a particular person has done the program and somebody else has to debug the program, I think you know the meaning of debugging means removing the error. Now, when they want to go for the debugging of the program, uh, when you want to go for a debugging of the program, then what happens, like you want to remove the error. Now you may not have written the program, but you want to remove the error. Then it will be a difficult task for you. Why it will be a difficult task for you? Because you have no idea which part of the program is written for what purpose. Now if you have a module program, that means if you have a different part of the module of the program, then you know what is the name of that particular module. That particular module is made for the square root, that particular module is made for the power, that particular module is made for the accepting the name, that particular part is specific for the calculation of the salary. And like this way, if we just make a particular specific task oriented space, that scope is for that particular function. So we write about that. That is called modularity, and that particular module will have a specific name. So it will be easy for checking what is the purpose of this particular part, and then we can easily rectify that particular error. Second thing is that it can be used again and again. That means once the part is written with a specific name, that particular code is written with a specific name. So next time onwards, I don't have to write the whole portion of the program again and again. What we can do, we can just call the name of the method, and that method will be executing in that particular place. So that is called reusing of codes. So first I talked about modularity. Second, I'm talking about reusing of the code. So you are reusing the codes. How you are reusing the codes is very simple. You are calling that particular method with the name, and when you call that method with a name, so automatically you will find that method is called, and you don't have to write that method. So instead of writing the method again and again, you can use the code again and again. So that is called reusability. Now third thing is that mainly we can show the program of the main part of the program. So we don't show the other part of the program. So if you don't want to show the outer part of the program, you require to hide that part of the program. So when you want to hide the program, what you do, you keep that program in a different place, and that different place is having a specific name, and that you are calling. And this method of hiding the total actual source code of the program is nothing but an abstraction of that particular part. Now when we do that abstraction, we actually hide the details of the component from the other people. So this is called hiding or abstraction. So these are the main three benefit of using the method. Now, how to define a method? This is a very important thing. How to define a method. Now, defining a method, you must be noting down this particular part. How to define a method? To define a method, first we have to write the access specifier. Then we have to write modifier. Then we have to write return type. Then we have a method name, and then parameter list. I'll go with the example of the particular thing which I saw lots of people have started using. I don't like that particular method, but still lots of people have started using. So I'll be giving the example of that one first, because they are using and they don't know why they are using. That is the reason I am going to explain that part. The access specifier. What is the name of the access specifier? There may be different types of access specifier: public, protected, private. So one method you write public static void main. So when you write that public is the name of the access specifier. Then you write modifier is a static or dynamic. Remember, these are the two modifier we can use. One is a static, another is a dynamic. When you don't define any kind of things, it becomes automatically the dynamic function. Dynamic functions is a function which can be called by the object. Next one is a function which can be called directly by the class name, is called static. Now method, my main, is not a part of any particular class. That is what exactly you have to remember. Main is an independent method, but it cannot stay independently. Why it cannot stay independently? Because it requires a support. What is the support it gets? It supports the gates from the class. So always it is to be stored inside a class. But which part of the class? Remember, a public class can store the main function. Not private class cannot store any kind of main function. So whenever you want to have a main function, the main function should have a public as a access specifier. This is very important things to know, that if you are using the main function, it should be within the public class. That is the reason you write the public class name. Yes, who is that? Tathastu. Yeah. Who is it? Hello. Who is it? Please, some sounds are coming. Shaibal? Shaibal, please mute yourself. Just 2 minutes. You see your sound is coming from your house. Okay. Now, apart from Shaibal, some other sounds are also coming. Who is that? Tathastu and Shaibal. These are the two places where from the sounds are coming. Okay. Now, anyway, let us move into the next part of it. So when we look at this, then we call it a public static void main. Void is what? Nothing but anything. If you don't want to return, you can write void. But if you want to return anything, then you will be returning that particular type. Int, string, any kind of data can be returned from the functions. Okay. And that is what exactly is called return type. And then finally the method. What is the name of the method I have talking about is a main method. So it's a method name is main. Then parameter list is a string args square bracket open square bracket close, indicating it is an array. It is an array, and then you are just doing some kind of information storing through that, or passing through that. So whenever you are writing, this is one of the example, one of the example I am explaining. You can write any method name. Suppose I want to write a method name is called public int sum. So that I can give. what kind of function it is called a dynamic function. So I will be explaining this one using my next thing, that is called our what do you call BlueJ. So I'm showing BlueJ. Can you see BlueJ? Please tell me, can you see the BlueJ screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, I'm going to explain through the BlueJ screen this particular method now. Everybody, please check it that you can see or not. If you cannot see, please let me know so that I can. I'm creating a class now. I will just write the name of the class as a function DEF. Okay, so the function definition is the name of my class. So can you see there is a function definition is already created over here. I'm going to open that function definition class and I'll just give you admin. Okay, now when I go for this function, can you see my code? All of you
Yes,
can.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, okay. So this is my function definition class, and I please remember I will be explaining you everything with the help of the constructor. So I would like to get the response from your answer script that you are learning through the constructor. I know you learn lots of things in your tuitions, but that is different things. Okay, so please follow my method of learning through the constructor. I can tell you that this is what exactly the ICSE Council also specifies in, and this is how we should be learning. Now, anyway, here one method is already defined. The name of the method is sample method. Can you see the name of the method is sample method? And here they have passed only one variable y, and this is what exactly I can give int x also. So I have input two values, one is x, another is y, and this particular function is going to return some particular execution of the code. Execution of the body of the function is saying return x plus y, and x plus y means x and y are integer value. Those integer value will be added and it will be sent back to the program. Now, whenever you are going to call, from wherever you are going to call this one, and this is a function. This function is having an access specifier public. It doesn't have any kind of modifier. That means it is a dynamic modifier. Is by default it's a dynamic, and this function can be called only with the help of the class object, only with the help of the object. Now, how I will show you now, please watch carefully. If you have any kind of question, you can ask me. Okay, now I'm going to show you. I'm going to compile. This is the simplest function I have written. Everybody must have seen that I have created a small function. The name of the function is sample method, and the name of the functions is sample method. The parameters are y and x. These are the two parameters. These are the two parameters we have passed on. Please, Tathastu, your voice is coming. Okay, now x and y are the two parameters we are passing, and then we are manipulating that, and we are going to return the value. Now, I'm just going to show you the execution of this one. Can you see on the screen that particular function, that particular object I am creating? Please, can you see?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, create object option is coming. The name of the object is function one. Now, why it is name of the object is function one? Because 8 characters are the default one, and then that is a one is coming. Okay, so you can see here the function one is the name of the object. Now I'm creating the object. Look at that object when I have created. Here is the object is coming. Can you see the object? This is the name of the object is function. Function one is the name of the object, and this is created out of the function definitions and all that is mentioned over here. Now, if I just right click over here, just see. Can you see I have right clicked? Sucheta,
Yes, sir.
okay, please respond, huh? So I can see. Now when I right click, I can see here the function name. What is the name of the function? Sample method. Okay, so this is a dynamic function. That is the reason first I have to create the object. The name of the object you can see here. This object I have created, that red color object. and from there I am calling the name of the function. What is the name of the function I am calling? Is a sample method. Now if I just click over here, you can see on the screen. Can you see on the screen the method call is coming?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
and it is asking the two places. It is giving the places. One is for y, another is for x. So I am going to give the value over here. Now remember, the parameter is y, but the value is known as argument, and the 78 is the argument which is passed through the function with the help of y, and then I am passing 67. These are the two values. These two values are called arguments. What they are called? Arguments, and they are going, and in the when that I have defined them and the functions, that time it was known as parameter. In the case of y and x, it is a parameter, but when it is 78 and 67, they are called arguments. So now I am calling the function. When I call the function, that time it is called argument, but when I define the function, the same thing is called the parameter. Now I have a two parameters which I have used is x and y, and through that I have passed the two values. One is 78, another is 67, and then I press OK. When I press OK, can you see on the screen method result is coming?
Hello.
Can you see the method result? Please,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
method result is coming, and the
Yes,
result
sir.
is 145. Yes, the result is 145. Now this is what exactly is happening. How this 145 is coming back on your screen. Coming back on your screen with the help of the command called return, the word return. Now this 145 is now at the screen. Whenever it will return, it needs a place to store the value, and this is your standard error device. The output device is also known as standard error device, where the value is been returned. And if you want to store it in a variable, you can store it in a variable. Now next part of it, I'm going to show you how to store this 145 and then manipulate for future use. Now let's see. I'm going back to the function definition again. Everybody, you must have noted this function. I believe. Now I'm going to call this method. I have called the
Yes,
method.
sir.
Yeah, I have called the method with the help of the object. Now, through the constructor also I can call the method. How I can call the method? See here, I'll be writing in a variable. I'm going to store a value. Store the values. Say int v is equal to sample method, uh, and then in the sample method I can write 56 comma 73. So when I am calling this one, this is the portion where if you watch carefully, I want you to watch carefully this particular portion. uh, this particular portion. In this portion, what I have done, I have called the function, and when I have called the function, I have passed the arguments. Argument in this case is 56 and 73 are my arguments, and this argument have been called with the help of the sample method, and after that 56 is going with the help of the variable y, which I have already shown you, and then x is taking the value 73, and after that it is going to return the value into the variable v. Now what will happen if I want to see the what is there in the variable v after execution? I have to display that variable v. Now for that, what I will do, system dot out dot print ln. Now if I just go for this print ln and I want to see the result, I will just write a result. This is my message. Okay, so I'll give result equal to, you can see the plus. Where is the result? Now result is in the variable v, so I'll just display the variable v. Now I'll compile it. Okay, so everybody just check. I'm compiling this particular function, and this is compiled already. Now I'll go for the close, and if you cannot see, please let me know. If you can see, it's very good. Just see here. I'm just going to admit some people. Okay, now here I have created. Can you see? Result is 129. Please
Yes,
response.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the output is coming 129. So this is what exactly is very important thing. So I'm doing this one is just I have called the function within my constructor, and that function is having a name called sample method. And in that sample method, it is taking two parameters and giving me the value back. Now this is return is
Sir,
very important things that return the value, and that value is been
sir,
catched by the variable v, and that v is storing the. Yes, tell me, Saibal is telling anything. Yes, tell me, who is it?
sir, in the previous when yes, sir,
Yeah,
I'm Sehwal, sir.
yeah, Saibal, tell me.
Sir, when in the previous program you executed it, the answer was coming in a different dialog box. Sir, but
Ah,
this is coming in a different dialog.
yes, in
That
the previous cases, what is happening? I did not use system.out.println. And when I am using
Why?
system.out.println, that can be directly called and stored through the our monitor, means system error. That is the time when it was returning the value, it was coming to the system error. That time I don't need any kind of I have called that function separately. I'll show you once more. Okay, then you will be able to understand this one. I'll just make this particular I'm showing you once more, so you'll be try to identify the what is the difference. Okay, this is very important part, and this will actually help you. See, suppose I don't want these two lines, I just kept these two lines as a what I did, remarks, and then I just compile this one. That means if it is there also, it is having no effect. Now when I go for this one, what happens, you see, I right click. Can you see, Shaival?
yes, sir.
Look at this, I am right clicking
Yes,
it, and I just do this. Sorry, it's open. Now when I create this object, look at the screen, I'm creating the object. Now anything happens, any output came, Saibal?
no, sir. The one object is created in that bench.
Object created, nothing coming. Why not coming? Because those two codes I have mentioned as remarks. That is the reason there is nothing, nothing will come. Okay, so what we have to do, I have to call the function. How I will call the function? With the help of the object. Okay, this is why call by object. Okay, call by object, call by reference. Now I am calling this method with the help of a reference, object reference. Now what I did, I right clicked over here. Watch carefully, Shaival. And then I call the function. And when I call the function, you can see here I have called the function, and now I am passing the value, say 45 and 12. These two are passed with the help of x and y. Now when this passed value, it will be returning a value, and when it will return the value, it doesn't have a place to store. So where it will store on your standard error device, that is your screen. Now when it will store on the screen, you will see method result. Can you see on the screen method result?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it is showing
Yes,
on the screen. That is the reason. Now if it doesn't have any future use, means 57 you cannot use anymore now if you are using like this without any storing it into a variable or any other location. So this particular method is having no use. Only one time I called, next time if I have to call, I have to call again and all. So what I want to store this 57 in a particular location, or any kind of manipulation in a particular location. For that, what I have done, I have written this particular code. Okay. In this case, what I am doing, I am just doing simple thing. I am storing that value in a variable for future use. Suppose this is the total is this one. What is the future use? Suppose I want to do another sum. Okay, so I want to write the previous two plus a new number. So 56 plus 73, whatever the result, that will come. And after that, with the sum, another something I want to come. So I can say sum one. That is my next sum. Sum one is a sample method. Sample method variable v I will pass, and 89 I will pass. So what is there here? I am using that v for the future use. This is the use of the previous sum's future use. What is the future use? In the sum 1, again I want to do the previous 2 addition with that 89 I want to add. Now in this case you can see the utility of this particular what do you call the method. So when the method is returning any value that is having a future use, this is what is can say see the future use. Future is I am using in the sum 1. The next time when I want to call the sample method again, I want to do the previous sum and then with that some new value. Here new value is 89 and the previous sum is in the V, and with that V I am going to add 89 and I'm going to show you. So what I am going to show you is here. So this is the, I can write a future use utility. Okay, this is a future use utility, you can see, and then I can see sum 1. Now when I do this one, what will happen, you see these two will be added and then that with that 89 will be added. Let's see. Now in this case when I am creating this, look at the screen. Can you see the screen, Sheval?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now look at the screen. With the future utility, what is happening? 129, sorry, the result is 129 plus 200 and plus 89 is coming 218. Can you see?
Yes, sir. I can see.
Okay, so this
Sir,
is the
but
future
sir,
utility of the previous sum. Yeah, tell me.
but why it is printing result 2 times?
The previous one is also there now. I have not
Oh,
cleared
okay.
the screen. I have not cleared the screen. Oh, Buddhuram is Buddhuram. Okay. Now
Okay.
let me clear the method and then I will call it for you. Okay. Once more I'll call it for you. Okay. Just hold on. This. Now is there is no 129. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Only 129 is here.
This because I did not clear the screen that time. Anyway, can you now you can understand what is the utility, no? What is the future
Yes,
utility
sir.
of the variables and why we do call, why we don't call and all. Okay, so very interesting thing is that I have talked about the dynamic method and dynamic methods, and I have talked about a dynamic method and then how to write that dynamic method, how to call that method without means directly, how can I call through the object, and how can I call in the constructor the same method, and how can I call in the any particular function like main function. One method can be called through the another method also. There is a very interesting thing is that one method can be called through the another method also. So just check, I'm going to show the second part of it, the function, second part of the function. So if you have any kind of doubts or anything, you can ask me, okay? So just, oh God, my keyboard is not working. So I have to, again, my keyboard is giving a little bit of trouble. So I'll just change my screen sharing. Okay. Okay. I have to stop screen sharing. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. 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 Everybody, just because of my keyboard is having some problem. My laptop keyboard is getting heated up very fast. So that is the reason sometimes I cannot share some of the informations. You are lucky that I have got this much of time for sharing these all programs. Morning classes, I could not share anything. Anyway, let's move into the next part of it. Next part of it is again I will be talking about is in the page number is 107. Over there you will be finding some of the informations. This informations which I have already discussed just now. First one is a return type. Return type is very important. Like in the program I have shared some kind of things, like I will show you once more. I'll not be using my keyboard, so I'll not write the program anymore. Uh, Watch carefully. You will find some of the very important information is there. That is a public int sample method int which is explained over here. Very carefully watch. Return type is very important. My return type is int, and my access specifier is public. My parameter list, if you watch carefully, the inty and intx. So these are my parameter list is given. And then in the return case, I am returning the sum of x and y. That is the reason I have written x plus y. Now, if I want to do any kind of other things, like if I want to return a name or anything, that is also possible. Now I'll show you, let me show you some of the functions. If I have in my list, then only I can do it. Otherwise it is not possible for me to show you everything like that. Anyway, you can see this is yes. Everybody watch this one carefully. Now this is very important things I am showing you. You can see here, function learning is the name of the class, and I have created the three different function. One is addition, another is addition, another is addition. So three functions I have created with the same name. Can you see? Everybody just watch. Three functions with the same name. Three functions with the same name. Everybody watch carefully. Three functions with the same name. Name of the function is, yes, what is the name of the function? Shaibal, what is the name of the function? Prashun, what is the name of the function? Yes, tell me.
So the name of the function is addition, but sir, in my screen it is not showing any function and all. It is just showing a screen there if learning,
Yes,
audience,
it is
trying
not
to
showing.
It's not sharing.